let's get started. So the first thing that you may not know about numerology is that numerology can only help you to the degree you take action and actually use the information in your profile. Now, it's not going to provide you with answers to every single question that you may have. It does certainly answer some of the bigger questions that you have in life, and it can certainly be used as a guide to help you where to start looking for some of the answers in your life, particularly if they're around why you're here and about getting some clarity and direction in your life. It can help you that way, but obviously it's not going to help you decide things like, well, what am I going to wear? Although it can help with that to a certain degree, or what am I going to have for dinner? Those sorts of things, or even what the winning lotto numbers are. Now, the second thing you may not know about numerology is that it is actually aligned with the chakra system, and a lot of the colours and things that we use in numerology come from the chakra system. So the number 1 relates to the first chakra, which is the root chakra, and that's also the colour red. The number 2 is the second chakra, and that's the sacral chakra, and that's the colour orange. The number 3 is the third chakra, and that's the solar plexus, and that's the colour yellow. The number 4 is the fourth chakra, which is the heart chakra, which is the colour green or pink in the chakra scale. The number 5 is the fifth chakra, and that's the throat chakra, and that is the colour light blue. The number 6, that's the sixth chakra or the third eye chakra, and that is the colour indigo or navy or deep blue. The number 7 is the seventh chakra, which is the crown chakra, and that's the colour purple. Now, the numbers 8 and 9, they're connected with the chakras that deal with, or that are connected with the divine, the higher self, and the life purpose. So the number 8, I'm not quite sure what those chakra names are. They tend to be in sort of the auric field, not actually in the physical body, but in the actual auric fields of your aura. Now, the number 8, that's related to the colour pink or brown or beige, and the number 9, that is related to pastel colours. Now, the third thing that you may not know about numerology is that there's actually 2 ways to work out your numbers in your numerology profile. Now, they do both result in the same single-digit number, but they do produce slightly different double-digit numbers, which are those 2 numbers immediately before that you basically add together to reduce to the single-digit number. So the first way, which is the way that I use, is just to add together the numbers of each component individually. So, for example, if you're looking at your birth name, well, then you would add together the first name, then the middle name, then the last name. And if you were looking at your birthday, well, then you'd add in, you'd look at the day of birth, then the month, and then the year. And then you reduce each of those elements to a single digit, and then you add them together. So, for example, today's date, the 8th of August 2014, obviously you wouldn't need to reduce the 8 because it's already a single digit. You wouldn't need to reduce the 8 again for August because that is also a single digit. And then 2004, 2 plus 0 plus 1 plus 4 will give you 7. So then you would look at 8 plus 8 plus 7, which will give you 8 plus 8 plus 7, gives you 15, 1 plus 5 would be 6. Now, the second way that you can work out the numbers in your numerology profile are simply just to add the numbers together, one after the other in a string. So using the example of today's date, which is the 8th of August 2014, you would simply add 8 plus 8 plus 2 plus 0 plus 1 plus 4. Now, as I said, I tend to use the first method. That's the way that I was taught by my mentors. Both methods will give you they will reduce to the same single digit number, but the double digit that they reduce to is slightly different. So, for example, if we added together using that second way, so if we go 8 plus 8 plus 2 plus 0 plus 1 plus 4, which add together to give 23. 2 plus 3 is 5. Alrighty. So, now really at the end of the day, it's your personal choice which one you do want to use. If you don't like the double-digit number that the first method has turned out, then have a look at it, just adding the digits together one after the other, and see what that produces. So, if you have a karmic debt number or something, for example, in your birth date, then yes, just have a look at adding together each number one after the other and see if that changes the outcome at all. You may find that might not, have the karmic debt there anymore. Now, the fourth thing that you may not know about numerology, and I'm just going to have a quick sip of my tea here, is that each number has a corresponding archangel. Now, there's a few different options that are out there. If you do search for numerology or plus archangels or that kind of combination, there's lots of different options that come back. The information that I'm using today comes from the work of Sue and Michael Trenner. So, Archangel Michael is associated with the number 1. Archangel Shamuel is associated with the number 2. Archangel Gabriel is associated with the number 3. Now, I'm not familiar with this archangel, so forgive me if I'm pronouncing the name wrong, but Archangel Elafiel is associated with the number 4. Archangel Uriel is associated with the number 5. Archangel Sanderson is associated with the number 6. Archangel Metatron is associated with the number 7. Archangel Raphael is associated with the number 8. And Archangel Aziel is associated with the number 9. All right, so let's just have a look and see if we've got any questions so far. Remember, any of you guys on the chat there, if you just type them into the chat box, then I can have a look at them and we can get them answered during the show. So let me just have a look and see if there's anything else come through on the hashtag. Nope, good. All right, let's keep going. So the fifth thing that you may not know about numerology is there's no such thing as lucky lotto numbers. Now, I have noticed that there are some people out there that do promote lucky lotto numbers. And really, if you actually have a look at them, they just come from the numbers in your personal profile. So your single-digit numbers and also the double digits behind those. And unfortunately, there's really nothing lucky when it comes to gambling about those numbers. Now, obviously, if you do align with them, yes, they can certainly make your life a little bit easier and flow a bit more smoothly. But actually using them when it comes to gambling and things really doesn't improve your odds much, if at all. Now, if winning the lotto is something that you would like to do, then that's more about having the right mindset than about having the right number. Now, just excuse me for a minute. Stop the noise! My apologies for that. I'm back. All right. So where were we? Yes, with the mindset and the numbers. Okay. So now, the sixth thing that you may not know about numerology is to also look at the double digits behind the single digit root number, because they actually give you a more accurate picture. And this is particularly important when you're looking at compatibility. So with your name and business names, when it comes to your relationships, so whether personal relationships or business relationships, and also about ideal clients and things like that too. So what you actually want to check for are the common numbers between the two profiles being compared before you discount anything. So that could be your business profile and your personal profile. It could be the profile of two individuals that you're looking at for a relationship reading. But yeah, make sure you have a look at those two numbers. So behind that root number, because every number has a natural match that's highly compatible with, and then every number also has a set of challenge numbers that it's not so compatible with. So, for example, if you have a look at the numbers 3 and 4, they're generally considered to be challenge numbers. But if you look at a 31-4, so 3-1/4, then that actually softens the 4 and it reduces some of the challenges if you have either a 3 or a 1 in your profile, because the 4 comes from that 3-1 combination. So whereas if it was just a straight 3 or a straight 4, then, that would be considered to be a challenge, perhaps even a toxic match in some instances. But if you also have a 3 or a 1 in your profile, then it's going to soften that 4. So you're less likely to have face obstacles and really big challenges with that 4. Now, the 7th thing that you may not know about numerology is that numerology can actually help you to choose which social media platform works for you best. Now, each name vibrates at a specific frequency, and so will attract different types of people and also suit different types of messages as well. So, for example, the name Facebook, that actually resonates with the number 4. Twitter resonates with the number 7. So does Google Plus and Amazon and also iTunes. LinkedIn resonates with the number 6. Instagram resonates with the number 3. Pinterest resonates with the number 9. Blog Talk Radio and YouTube both resonate with the number 1. And WordPress resonates with the master number 11-2. Now, that's obviously just looking at the names. Obviously, you want to have a look at, you can go into depth and have some fun with this. You can have a look at the day that these guys were registered. That'll also give you a different kind of energy. But also have a look at each of the platforms' about me pages or about pages, because even the types of language and things that they use on those to describe the actual platform will also, have its own energy, and that may resonate to something completely different than the name of the date that it was registered or the name, the actual energy of the actual name of the platform. So check that information out as well. And then I have one last bonus thing here for you. An 8th thing that you may not know about numerology is that it can actually help you to choose a more successful book title. Now, you might be wondering how that's possible. Well, and how you would even use that. So what you want to do is to choose a name that actually reduces to a number that aligns with either the topic that the book is about or the ideal reader of the book. And if you can do that, then then you'll likely sell more copies of that book, whether it's an ebook or whether it's a hard copy book. Ultimately, if you can choose a title that resonates with a number that's about the topic or the person that you're wanting to attract or the reader you're wanting to attract, then you stand more chance of getting their attention and for selling more copies. So, but not only doing that, is going to help you to boost your sales, but thinking about those things as well is also going to help you to choose the right category to put your book in, which is also going to get you in front of the people who actually are more likely to read your book. And it's also a good way to reach the audience that may be outside of your usual target market. Now, this is what a coach of mine did when she wrote a numerology book. Now, she's generally, she has a lot of 4 energy and 1 energy in her profile. And that's the types of people that she generally tends to attract. So when it comes to a topic of numerology, which is very much a 7 kind of topic, your 4 energy people and your 1 energy people aren't always open to the spiritual energy that 7 brings. So what she did was she chose a 7 name for her book to attract a different kind of market. So that not only did 2 things, it attracted the attention of the people that do have that spiritual kind of mindset, that are attracted to those spiritual kind of topics. And it also opened up a completely new market to her as well, because of her 4 and her 1 energy in her profile, she doesn't generally tend to attract the 7 energy kind of people. So by choosing that 7 name and aligning with the energy of the topic of her book, she's opened herself up to that market, so she can, present her ideas to a whole new group of people, which is always a good thing to do in business. Okay, so let's just have a look. All right, guys, so last chance, any of you on the chat there, if you have any questions, please type them in the box and I will certainly do my best to answer them. Let's go and check here if we've got anything else that comes through. Nope. All right. All looking good there so far. Excellent. Okay. So that's it for this show. We'll wrap it up for today. So our next show will be on Friday the 22nd of August, also at 1 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time, or whatever this might be in your local time zone. Now remember, if you do have any questions that you want answered, or if you've got a topic that you'd like to suggest, then please post them on the WBN Radio Show Facebook page. And that address again, facebook.com/Women, Business and Numerology. Or you could use the hashtag WBN Radio Show, or you can send me a message on my Blog Talk Radio page, blogtalkradio.com/WBN Radio Show. And that's the same place that you can listen to this show. You can download the replay, which will be available shortly from that page. You can also download the past shows there or listen to them as well. And you can download this episode from iTunes as well. Just search Women, Business and Numerology. Just be aware, though, it does take a couple of days to get uploaded to iTunes. So if you can't see it right away, maybe give it a couple of days and then come back and it should be available to download. If you want it right away, though, then visit the Blog Talk Radio Show page, and that should be up within the next probably 10 to 15 minutes, I think. But yes, certainly on iTunes, the past episodes are absolutely there, ready to listen or download as well. So thanks for joining me for today. My name's Leonie Hope from InspiredLifePath.com, and I will see you next show.